what we wanted to talk to you about today is connecting with your customer, but also how can you develop a roadmap to develop a marketing plan to reach these customers in the most effective way so that you can ultimately build your own business. Now, a little background into Earth Advertising and myself. Martha has worked for years in traditional advertising agencies, as have I, and we both sort of reached an aha moment and decided to focus our energies and our passion on working with those clients that we consider green, sustainable clients. Martha had her sort of aha moment when she worked with Stonyfield Farms and brought that brand of yogurt to the public. And I had my aha moment when I worked with De Beers in the diamond industry and helped them through a reputational issue with a movie called The Blood Diamond coming out, which did not fully portray what the diamond industry has done to help safeguard diamonds. And so when I went to Africa, and I've been to Sierra Leone and Botswana and South Africa, I really saw there what good business principles can mean for communities. So I kind of understood the life stage and the life cycle of a product. And again, both of us decided at different times to focus our time and our energy marketing products that, again, really fulfilled a sustainability agenda. And we come from traditional marketing backgrounds, and there's no secret, there's nothing different to marketing a green product than there is marketing any other product. You have to be smart about it, you have to be disciplined about it, and you don't need a big budget. I really want to welcome everybody and in some ways congratulate everybody for being part of this, what we call this green economy. And as you see the industries listed to the left, these are the kinds of clients that we take a look at as our filter for who we want to work with. Because we want to work with clients who have a passion for the planet and for sustaining this planet, as do we. Van Jones, who many of you know is the green jobs guru with the Obama administration and who founded Green for All, has said that we have to rethink in a fundamental way what is an economy for. People need a paycheck, but they also need a purpose. This is a movement about redefining what work is. Is our work going to be a curse on the planet or a blessing for all creation? And that sort of defines what the green movement is all about. And if we have a little, some hands here, what industries, do you guys have products or organizations you're representing? Who would consider themselves right now representing a green business in some way? Okay, and what are some of those businesses?
The adult industry.
Sorry?
The adult industry.
The adult industry, okay.
Digital photography, because we use many resources.
Yep, absolutely.
I work for a company called Go Green Displays. We're a trade show company. We're trying to make the trade show industry greener. It's like the second most largest waste producing industry in the nation.
Absolutely, that's great, that's great. But do all of you consider yourselves green consumers?
Yes.
Okay. Well, what you want to do with your product or your service is you want to learn, you want to be able to develop a creative strategy. You want to be able to define, if you want to communicate with your customer, who you are, what you want to talk about, what you want to say, but also who do you want to say it to. And it's, okay, sorry, this went a little funny. Here, so a green customer. Who is a green customer? They probably will surprise you. Green customers don't necessarily, show themselves as being as driven by ethics. What the biggest indicator of a green consumer is someone who's interested in health and safety, performance, and economic benefit. Is this a green consumer? Well, he might be smoking, but he also might be somebody who's really involved and really concerned about pesticides on his lawn. So you have to be careful about how you're defining who your green customer is. because they come in all different shades, and they come in all different periods of time in which they've adopted this sustainability agenda. And also conscious consumers. Again, they're not the ones that they care most about the health. They're not as green as you may think. But they've all sort of reached this moment at a different tipping point. For many people, the tipping point, for instance, was $4 a gallon for gasoline. A lot of people at that point started realizing, wow, we have to stop using this. And as they stopped using gas and started going to bicycles or mass transit, they started becoming more open to other sustainability things that they could do, other behaviors. You all probably are thinking about maybe what your tipping point was. What was it that caused you to start thinking about green living in a different way? And everybody's different in terms of where they are in that progression. So you also understand that green consumers are very different. Not one is alike to another one, and each person has the values in what is green as being different than somebody else. Somebody might be really caring about the car they drive, but they don't care, for instance, about what they use on their lawns. Is that a green consumer? Well, yeah, there's a portion of him or her that is green. And so you need to find out with your product, what is your product about, and how do you want to reach that person, and remember that that person is not all one package that's not uniformly defined. They're not all tree huggers. They want to know, and especially in this economy, they want to know that your product and your business is authentic and it's trustworthy and it's credible, especially now. Given this paradigm shift we have with the recession, people are looking more and more for those companies that are really about transparency. Right now, one of the buzzwords is traceability. You have products like Frito-Lay's potato chips being able to trace the potato farm from where their products are coming from. All of these kinds of things are in order to show consumers that they are credible and that they mean what they say about being sustainable. People that they do believe, consumers believe doctors, they believe experts, professors, they believe their editorial page. What they're less likely to believe are lofty, self-righteous advertising claims, and certainly paid in celebrity endorsements when it's not authentic. Britney Spears could certainly not be a spokesperson for Seventh Generation, but she could be a spokesperson on the need for more mental health funding in healthcare legislation. But there's a purpose for celebrities, but they are definitely overused. And what I want to do is go back to the creative brief and talk again. The creative brief, when you have a product and you want to talk to your consumers, it is really important to take the time to develop a creative brief and be disciplined about this, because this is your footprint of how you're going to talk about your brand. And if you aren't disciplined about this, you're going to waste a lot of money. This doesn't take a lot of money to develop. You can develop this on your own. But if you don't develop this, I guarantee you, you will be wasting your marketing dollars, whatever ones you have. You need to clearly define who you are talking to. It's no longer okay to say women 18 to 34. What does that mean? 18 to 34 women, that doesn't even define how you can possibly talk to them. What are their psychographics? What are they interested in? Where do they live? How do they think? What do they read? What do they watch? What are their cultural icons? The more you understand who your audience is, who your target is, the better you'll be able to communicate your message directly to them and be relevant to them. About your product or organization or company, what is the single most important thing that you want them to know? You want them to know about probably 10 things, but you have to be disciplined and decide if there's one thing I want people to come away with this communication plan, with whatever I'm doing, what is that one thing? And then why should they believe you? What are the support points to that one claim that you're making? How can you say that this is what, that they want to believe you? You have to support that. And then what do you want them to do? Do you want them to go to a website? Do you want them to buy your product? Do you want them to send a letter to your legislator?